I got asked which college basketball teams did I think produce the greatest NBA talent. That's a novel concept because there was a day and time you would really care about that. I mean, guys come out from schools, but it's nowhere near the same. Now, the last 25, 30 years, Duke came a long way. Shashesky was big. Duke was a lot like American Idol. You remember how Simon Cowell was bigger than the acts that actually came out of there? And yeah, some of them hit, but they didn't hit like the judges. Well, when Kyrie Irving hit, Grant Hill obviously hit, but it took him a while because as great as Christian Laettner was in college, he wasn't like that in the pros. You know, he did go to the Dream Team, which we can debate about. But anyway, um, and Zion Williamson, you see where I'm going with this? You know, you had some guys that I liked that came through there, but obviously, when you talk about colleges that produce all time great, you can talk about Kansas with a Wilt Chamberlain, and then you got an all time great, and then you got a great player in Paul Pierce that went there. We talk about North Carolina, of course, you're going to mention Michael Jordan. That's enough said. You mentioned James Worthy. You know, you had great talent that came out of those schools. So they produced, obviously, if we're gonna talk about the end all be all, we're gonna talk about UCLA. Come on now, because when we talk about, we start with Russell Westbrook and the recent memories, guys like that. Some people may mention Kevin Love, you know, cats like that, Reggie Miller. You know about how big he was. But the obvious names are who? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Walton. You know, when I think about a college, I think about people that really put a name at it. You know, uh, just like when you think about LSU basketball, Shaquille O'Neal was there. You know, that was big time at the time. Davidson was Steph Curry. You know, there are different players who play at different schools, but we're just mainly sticking to the big guns. And I'd say that UCLA clearly. So I'm going to mention Kentucky, because John Calipari, and of course with Anthony Davis being considered one of the 75 greatest players. So they produce some great players. Different schools, but you know, it depends on what your criteria is. Georgetown, obviously, you think about Coach John Thompson and Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, Lonzo Mourning. I mean, think about it, and Dikembe Mutombo. So that was interesting. The guys that came out of some of the schools, University of Houston, dare I say Hakeem Olajuwon, dare I say Clyde Drexler, Phi Slammer Jammer, which I remember just like yesterday. I remember those cats. There were certain schools that just, you know, they produced certain people, but the ones that were more notorious, John Wood and UCLA, you can't, you know, and his went hand in hand because not only did he produce top quality, but also produce top tier players. So there's guys who came out of big schools, but then it says something when it goes hand in hand. So UCLA produced the most, I would say. That's more iconic. Carolina's in there, Kansas is in there, you know. And then you got other schools that produce guys that were, you know, legendary. But that's the one thing. There was an era of college basketball. You look forward to that and who went here and what there. And that's a lost era. Because a lot of guys went one and done. They went from high school to the pros. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that, you know, it's a different era with that. So, but you tell me what you think is the greatest in men's WWCA and CAA men's college basketball program to produce the most talent. I could have said Isaiah Thomas and Indiana. There's a lot of that. You know, Michigan State with Magic Johnson. Produce some great talent, you know. Of course, my Michigan Wolverines with the Fab Five, you know. You can make a strong case for Chris Webber. So there's different schools that produce, but I'm talking about the main ones. You tell me the alpha. Please select subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. When you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, and my peace.